I'm Eric Lanigan with Lanigan&Lanigan, attorneys in Winter Park, Florida. I want to talk for a minute about our backgrounds. We know on a personal level it's very common that we think that we are, to a great extent, the product of our environment, the product of the experiences that we had growing up. That is very much true also in a professional context, that who we are as attorneys is very much a product of what did we major in college, what type of work did we do, what type of experiences did we have outside of law. I know in my own history, I've done a great deal of securities and insurance litigation, and that is very much a product of where I came from. My father was in the insurance business all of his adult life, and I've got my insurance license very early on when I was in college, and I worked with his agency on a part-time basis while I was in college to make extra money. And I gained a great deal of knowledge from that in terms of the type of products that they sold, how those products were used in various contexts, deferred compensation, different types of insurance plans, such as commonly called split dollar, irrevocable life insurance trusts, second to die insurance policies. I gradually gained a great deal of knowledge about those types of products and how they're used. And once I got out of law school, I started writing contracts, the split dollar agreements, the irrevocable life insurance trust, the deferred compensation arrangement, that agents that worked for my dad would refer to me to put the contracts together, and I gained a great deal of knowledge out of that. And the first insurance litigation I started doing was referrals, likewise, that I got from agents that worked for my dad and various types of insurance and insurance litigation. And there's a common polite way to talk about maybe attorneys whose bills get a little too high, and we say that they overwork the case. And I think you could characterize that or analogize it to the insurance business, where you can say sometimes insurance agents oversell their product. It's all basically the same type of concept. And so I've gotten involved in some very complex litigation over the years involving insurance products, and sometimes I would be in an environment where nobody else in the room even knew what I was talking about. We recently settled a case for an extravagant amount of money that involved actually legal insurance malpractice and involved probably $18–20 million in damages. And it was involved an insurance trust and an attorney who was supposed to be the trustee of the trust. He had no idea the complexity of the insurance that was involved, what was needed to be done to maintain it. There were a lot of other moving parts, but we went through the entire litigation, and I realized that even the lawyers defending the law firm had no real understanding of the complexity of the insurance products that were involved in this case. And even my client's corporate attorney at the end of the case commented to me that he told me, he said, you know, Eric, he said, I never understood what this case was about, and I still don't think I do, but it's worked out great. And all of that is because of the difference of our backgrounds. I realized then that I had years and years of background in various types of insurance and insurance litigation, and what seemed to me to all fall into a very easy to follow pattern to someone who's never had experience in that realm. It was all just Greek. And the same way, it's not that I'm smarter than anybody else, it's just what I've been through. Just like if somebody comes to me with a patent problem, well, they might as well be speaking Greek, because I have no idea what they're talking about. And the first thing I'm going to do is pick up the phone and call a patent lawyer, because that's going to be someone who probably majored in engineering in college and has always been interested in math and engineering, which is very much what patent law is all about. And you could say the same thing about complex tax litigation. Those lawyers probably majored in accounting, they're probably CPAs as well as lawyers, and they naturally gravitate in towards that tax arena. So we're all a product of our environment, and I think when you talk to a lawyer and you have a particular type of case, it's not always a matter of, is this lawyer, does he seem like he's very smart, bright, capable, because a lawyer can be all of those things and be completely the wrong attorney for the case that you have. So it's not only talking about your case, it's talking about the background of the lawyer that's in front of you, and do they have a history and background in that area that you can rely on them, that they know what's going on and they understand the deep concepts that created the case, or that create liability, or act as a defense against a claim of liability. So know your background. Again, my name's Eric Lanigan, Lanigan and Lanigan Attorneys, Winter Park, Florida.